What's up, guys? Nerdy Perkins here, coming to you from the decks of the world. And if I sound a little different, I'm doing a little different recording setup. I'm actually in my closet. I'm trying to isolate. I've been noticing a little a noise in the background of my recording, so I'm trying to isolate that. Plus, my roommates and my brother are playing some Magic downstairs, so I wanted to be able to record while letting them play. But anyway, if you notice if you think that the sound sounds any better, any worse, I would love to hear your opinions. Before we jump into it, when I covered the green decks earlier, I forgot to cover a certain card. So if you stick around to the end, I'll cover the card I missed from green. If you can guess what it is, let me know. But I said I just completely missed them, and I was going through the drive, and I was like, wait, I feel like I did not talk about this card. And lo and behold, I don't think I did at all. But like I said, that'll be at the end. Let's just jump right into the purple cards, though. And this card it's not like a remaining. I've talked about it a little bit, but we have the Boardwape Kaido, and we have seen what the alt art will look like for it. And it looks amazing. It's interesting because it's incorporating his dragon form, but you have it's more like almost like a stand, like a JoJo stand in the background with Kaido, in his normal form up above. And I guess this will be a good place just to start, where I'll talk about kind of how I thought that the alt arts were going to be kind of like, you have your human transformation, you have your zone transformations, but as you'll see when we go through some of these others, that really only ulti kind of has the hybrid form and then normal form kind of going on. So it's very much making me think that down the line we'll get probably a full Wano set that will incorporate different transformations and zone transformations, because we'll be able to do transformations of all of Kaido's crew. Luffy's crew has some transformations where you have Chopper being able to transform, you have Luffy just being able to do his various gear forms, and I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with that. But like I said, this is a card we've kind of seen. Let's kind of go through some other cards. And to start, we have a very, very high cost vanilla. I think this is the highest cost vanilla in the deck. Urashima. And the purple vanillas are leaning heavier. So we have 1-2 cost in speed. But other than that, it looks like we are getting pretty heavy vanillas. Like I said, this guy being the heaviest, he's a 7 cost, 9,000 power. And then he has a 1,000 counter. And the art's looking good. Pretty standard vanilla card. Looks good. Not much to say. This card I love. I want a holo of this because it's been one of my favorites for a while, and I think it's gonna look really cool if you get it with a holo effect. If they have them for uncommons, I'm not 100% sure. And it is a 5 cost, 6,000 power. It has counter 1,000. And on play, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards on the field, draw 1 card. This is going to be a great one to throw in to this is gonna be a great purple card, just bar none. You're trying to ramp up, get as much Dawn as possible, and then when you have this, you're drawing a card. This is a good card. I'm liking it. I'm gonna throw it in some kind of purple when I start doing some decks for purple. And as I said, this is probably one of my favorite cards art-wise in this set so far. Really cool. Then we have the Zoomin' boy himself, Queen. I love this man. And these, like I said, we're getting the alt arts, and we just have both of him in his human form. It is 6 costs, 5,000 power. On play, you minus a Dawn, and this character gains Rush during this turn. Then give one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. This is a really solid card. Especially, that's a good effect for a -1 Dawn. And I'm liking the art on both of these. These are ones I wouldn't mind getting either. Obviously, the alt art is going to be really cool as the full art, but I do like this Queen. I like him doing it in party mode. Really cool. Really liking it. Very cool effects behind. And then we have Queen with, his Gatling gun that he uses in the main battle on Onigashima. Solid card. I'm loving it. This guy, Queen's one of my favorites, so I'm glad that he has a really good effect. He's good in both the starter deck 4 as well as this. So loving that we're getting some Queen love. Then we have Kurozumi Orochi. Then we're seeing how this will be a card you'll use for a smile deck. Because you can on play reveal one artificial smile from your deck and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. And this fits with Orochi perfectly. His whole shtick is literally feeding smile fruits to people. So, this is going to be a very solid card if you're trying to do a smile deck. And he has some good, he has some good allies that I think do help make it maybe a bit more viable. I probably will do a smile deck just because it feels like purple wants you to kind of do that as its secondary deck type. I am curious to see how it feels to play and what it's like. Like I said, it's definitely going to pair well with the next two cards, which are Kurozumi Semimaru. And this is an interesting one. At first, I was like, what? I don't get it. But then it makes more sense once you kind of think about it. He's a 2-cost, 3,000 power, and he has counter 1,000. He has the ability Kurozumi family type characters other than your Kurozumi Semimaru cannot be KO'd in battle. So the idea is that you get your Orochi out, this guy protects him. And I was like, why wouldn't this guy be a blocker? But his ability is like you have to take him out before you can get to the Orochi, which totally makes sense. He is basically him and the next character we'll talk about kind of are Orochi's helpers and kind of help get him into the place he's at. So it makes complete sense that we have him here. And the next character is also a blocker herself because we have Kurozumi Higurashi, and she is a 2-cost, 3,000 power, counter 1,000, and she is the blocker. And this actually makes complete sense because it's minor spoilers, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. In the big climactic battle between Odin and Kaido, she is the one who ends up, coming in and diverting the attention of Odin for a moment, which allowed Kaido to then win. So her position as a blocker makes sense. And in the card sense, the idea is that basically they're both protecting Orochi. So you can, if you have all three of them in play, you can only have them try to attack the one character, and then this character can come in and block if you absolutely need. So very interesting, very cool play. I think it'll be interesting to do a smile deck down the line. I don't think it's going to be one I'll want to play, but they certainly want you to try to build something with it, I think. So then we have Jack, and I love his normal art. He's just so much chess. And once again, we're seeing that this is just, we have, cool art and then another full art. And the alt art, the alt art's looking really good. Like I said, I love to have the full chested Jack. I certainly won't mind that. But the alt art, I really am liking how that looks. It's a very clean look. And let's look at the card though. 3-cost, 4,000 power, and it has counter 1,000, as a lot of them have. When attacking, minus a Dawn, and you can have your opponent minus 1 Dawn. Your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. That's really good. So controlling, and it's on when attacking, so it's not on play. So if you keep him on the board, you can kind of have him swing in, getting them to subtract cards from their hands. This is a good one. And I'm liking, like I said, I like both the arts on this. Yeah, no, I keep looking, I'm just staring at the alt art. It's very good. I love his haircut. It's just the doofiest. All right, we have Bao Huang. And I read this card, was like, oh yeah, this makes perfect sense. So 2-cost, 3,000 power, and it is a counter 1,000. This is one of the lowest purple cards. And on play, choose 2 cards from your opponent's hand and reveal them. So, you can get a look at that, the opponent's hand. If it's something you don't want, you use Jack, and then he clears it out. Well, obviously the opponent gets to choose, but, obviously, that's putting pressure on him. And Bao Hang, their whole thing is that they are running the surveillance system on Onigashima, and their whole shtick is that they're calling out where all the different characters are. So this makes complete sense. They're able to see into the hand and be like, hey, this character's about to come around the corner, and you can kind of like I said, have Jack eliminate them before they can hit the floor, that kind of thing. Very cool card, very cool art. I'm liking it. And we have a vanilla Babanuki. 5 cost, 7,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and cool art. He's shooting, it's so I think we'll see another thing that uses almost the exact same like panel, but this is a cool effect. And he's a Smile Animal Kingdom Pirates. So this will be probably like you definitely have him as a very heavy character that can be, well, I guess what's the Smile stuff, he's too high to be brought out by the artificial fruit, but like I said, this might be something you try to throw into a Smile deck of some kind, and not bad. I like the art on it, so it's a it's a fun character design. I'm hoping once again that we get a ton of Smile fruits in an eventual Wano set. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Wano set pretty quick here, like maybe even as like set 3, just to advertise the anime, because it's mid we're getting towards like the very high point of the fights in the anime, so I'm wondering if maybe they do a set to kind of correlate with the finale in some way. That would be really cool, and I think that's where we might see like the full scope of what they're trying to do with some of the Smile fruit and maybe some transformation mechanics, stuff like that. But yeah, good card, good card. And we have another vanilla, and this is, once again, we're getting higher than the other colors. 6 costs, 8,000 power. It is Fukurokuju. I'm pretty sure I said that decently. I apologize for butchering any Japanese pronunciations. And 1,000 counter. I love the art on this. This is the vanilla that, like, once again, if we get foils, like, I'd be like, cool. I'd be actually, like, okay with getting this as a foil, because I think it'll have some pretty cool effects. And yeah, it looks like he, it doesn't look like at any particular moment. It just looks like, he's doing his jutsu. I think it's supposed to be him in Raizo's battle, but cool looking. I like it. I'm hoping that, if we get or no, I guess Raizo, we already have the full art for him, so never mind. We probably won't get another art for Raizo. Still cool. Anyway, we have Black Maria, 4 cost, 5,000 power, 1,000 counter, and they are a blocker. She can on-block minus a Dawn. This character gains 1,000 power during this turn. So basically minus a Dawn and she can become a 6,000 to try to survive a hit, that kind of thing. Gonna be a useful blocker. I do like a blocker that can have a little bit of extra flexibility. So that's gonna be fun to play with. And yeah, like I said, I'm curious if we'll get an all art for her as well. She'd be a fun one because, you can do her with her like showing off her bottom half. But we'll see. As I said, this is a very solid one. Definitely, I think you definitely switch out the Black Marias in the other deck for this. I mean, unless you really want low cost blockers, I guess they're going to be useful in purple, but let me know what you think. If you do you use low cost blockers in purple, or do you just kind of forgo having those low cost like kind of protection for having kind of higher cost stuff? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Yes, page 1. This is a fun one. So this is basically replace your vanilla page 1 in the purple deck with this, and you're going to be really solid. This is a 4 of. This is basically the Frankie of purple. It is 4 cost, 5,000 power. Has a counter plus 1,000. And you activate main once per turn, you minus a Dawn, and this character can also attack your opponent's active characters during this turn. So it can attack active. Very solid card. This is going to be really good. And like I said, an easy just throw into your standard purple. Like you just replace your page 1s, and then you have ulti, play her, bring him out too, and then you're cooking with fire basically at that point. He's going to be taking out blockers or anyone that you're kind of like, anyone the opponent like is trying to set up and have attack the next turn, that kind of thing. Curious to see if we'll get a zone like ult art in some way. And I think this is rounding out the character cards. We have X Drake, 5 cost, 5,000 power, 2,000 counter. That's good. And on play, you minus a Dawn. Your opponent trashes a card from their hand. More trashing from the hand. Gonna be really good. And I like the art on it. Is it? No, I don't think it's the same as the other guy. But I think this is once again something you can literally just replace this with the X Drake that's in the purple deck deck, purple standard deck, and it's a perfect fit. Like it's, I think, gonna be really good, and I'm excited. I think I'm gonna do, I think I might do a standard purple deck next, just because I think it'll be pretty easy just to kind of do some minor alterations and have it be a very interesting deck to be playing with. And now that we know we have the full set, I think it'll be a fun one to try and build around. So keep an eye out for that. Now let's get into events. I'm pretty sure. Yep. And hey, look, that's that shot from the vanilla that I said. But anyway, this is an interesting one. 4 cost main. KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. Then add 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and set it as active. And you can trigger to activate this card's main effect. And this is very similar to the calamities, but instead of drawing a card, you KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. This is definitely, I mean, you throw it in and it's going to be good to clear out a low cost blocker if you need, I think it serves a purpose. People weren't very hot on the calamities card, so I'm curious what they'll think about this. It's certainly not a bad card. I mean, like I said, it might be a little low cost for the character KO, but the ramp is pretty good, so we'll have to see. And this is a common, so you'll probably get a few. And then we have Sheephorn. Oh, and I think so this and the last one are Smile. So once again, something that you can play in a Smile deck. So just checked, and the Artificial Devil Fruit can only bring the characters out. So the Artificial Devil Fruit won't be able to bring this out. But once again, if you're trying to do a Smile theme, you may as well throw it in. And it's 2 cost main, minus a Dawn. Rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less. Which is, I mean, it's basically what you spend it and you can remove the Dawn that you use to spend it. And you can tap, rest a character of 6 or less, which, rest a high level blocker. Pretty good for a 2. I think I use this over the other one. I mean, the ramp is nice. The ramp is nice for the other one, I guess, but like I said, this is going to be way better for if you're actually trying to make a play to try to take out a character, or get at your opponent's life, or like I said, I see use in this because it's definitely a counter for heavy blockers if you want to use that, and I like that it goes against cost as opposed to power. So then we have 2 cost Thunder Bagua. Not surprising, very good counter. Your leader or one of your characters gains 4,000 power during this battle. Then, if you have 2 or less life cards, add 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and rest it. So this is similar to, it was something in red. It's similar to Radical Beam, where you have an effect where if you lower life. So this is one you kind of like, maybe want to hold on to, and then you play. And then the trigger, add a Dawn from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So this is just as good to pull as a trigger, and especially if you need that extra Dawn, you can play it, or you hold on to it and use it as a counter. Good card, and I like the art we're using. And these are ones I doubt we'd get holos of, but I'd be interested to see what they do with a holo for a manga art. It'd be interesting. Let me know if you think we'd see that. It's a rare, so I don't know. As I said, if you know how like Digimon does holos, if they do them for everyone, or if they're only on like rares, super rares, and ults, that kind of thing, I don't know. So let me know. And now we can go into our bonus round where we see a green character who I completely forgot, and I feel so bad for him. He's one of my favorites. It's Beppo! Ba-da-bow! And it's like, the art is perfect. I love it. It's literally like, he's like, but you didn't expect to see me in the purple area, did you? But yeah, he's a 4 cost, 4,000 power, 2,000 counter. Beppo, you're looking good. You're definitely like, I feel like them doing the art that they did for his deck and them doing this art, perfect, like, kind of setup. And he's a really, really good, he's going to be good if you're trying to do like any kind of deck involving the Heart Pirates, because Dawn ×1, when attacking, play a Heart Pirates type character other than Beppo with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So right now, this is basically, you're gonna, this is basically just playing the twins. You're not actually twins, but Sachi and Penguin, because the idea is that you get Beppo out, you attack, and you pop out, and then you just like fill up with blockers. It's gonna be fun. Like I said, he's a cool character, cool card. I like the art. I am so sorry I skipped you, Beppo. I hope you will forgive me. Yeah. No, like I said, that's all I have for that. But let's go back over and see. Yeah, that was all of our purple and a little extra. Everything's looking good. I'm excited to now start getting into like deck building, that kind of thing. I'm probably gonna take maybe a little bit of a break, just like a couple days, just to take a breather. Now that we have all the sets, I still can I still might like cut up and do like separate unboxings for my blue and purple decks, just as a little filler content. But I think I might take a little breather until Friday, where I think we might do something special for the release. I won't have cards yet, but like I said, I'm excited for the release to come, and I might do a video towards the end of the week talking about like whatever other alt arts we see. Because hopefully we get the full reveal and get all of the alt arts before the set releases, and we don't have to kind of wait and see if there's any surprises. But who knows? I'm curious to see what happens. But yeah, I think that's all I got for today, guys. If you like the video, give it a like. I do really appreciate it. Subscribe. I'm trying to get to hopefully 100. I want to do that maybe by Sunday, to do a little like chapter to do a little chapter reaction / 100 subscriber like little celebration stream thing. But we'll see. I'm probably gonna do it the stream no matter what. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great one. See ya later.